Everybody, welcome to Santa Clarita openhouses.com. If you're seeing this on the homepage, thank you very much for visiting. You'll understand it's all unlocked. There's nothing that you have to input as far as looking at every residential real estate listing for sale. If you're also looking for open houses, I have that conveniently located below. If you happen to be on the blog page that's talking about this entire article, thank you very much for that. Just go back to the homepage and you'll be good to go. All right, so let's talk about Saturday, what's going on in real estate. Typically, Saturdays and Sundays are going to be big open house days. In fact, on Fridays and even on overflows to Mondays, you might find real estate open houses signs still posted up on the streets. Don't bother looking for the open houses at that time because usually they're not being held. That's just a company that actually puts out open house signs. Haven't really gotten my mind wrapped around that, but I guess too busy. So anyway, they pay people to go put out the open house signs. I think it's an awesome opportunity to meet people myself, but who knows? Let's work at the 7 days of real estate activity here in Santa Clarita Valley. Just to give you the insight, 808 total active listings on the market out here for sale. That's going to include all single family residences, condominiums, townhomes. That's 808. So looking at those numbers, breaking it down. Oh, let me throw you coming soon numbers just real quick. In that entire realm, we have 21 listings that are coming soon. So if you're not seeing these, you can go to santaclaritacomingsoon.com, or you can just very simply hit up your agent or myself. We'll be able to send those to you. You'll be able to see them for most of Southern California. Depends on the board of realtors, but everything in the San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita Valley is going to afford a coming soon threshold. So up to 21 days for a property to actually hit the active MLS for sale. So prior to that, you'll be able to see everything that happens to hit. And if you want to have it basically put together regarding your own parameters, maybe you only want to see 4-bedroom houses, maybe you only want to see things with pools or close to the beach or golf course or these sorts of things, whatever it may be, they can set that up as well, or I can. So just hit them up. If you're loyal, stay with them. No. If you have an agent, stay loyal. And if you don't, I'd love to apply for that job. Let's move into the 7-day snapshot. 15 listings coming soon. We have 89 new listings that have hit the market in the past 7 days. 111 properties have had their prices changed. Back on market properties, 27. These are 27 properties that have fallen out of escrow. We have 35 properties that have gone into escrow. Active under contract, you might see those out there as backup or active, but have an under contract marker on them, depending on what syndication sites you happen to be looking on. Those sites are getting their data, in fact, in some cases, not as well as Santa Clarita openhouses.com. I'm pulling directly through an agreement I have with CRMLS through our multiple listing service, the Southland Regional Association of Realtors. So you're seeing all the real estate information there, all the listings as soon as they hit the market for sale. That's going to be over 99%. 99.5%-ish, but what's going to end up happening, the reason why you're not seeing others, it's the for sale by owner stuff. And I cover that in my Zoom Me SCV meetings. Whatever people sometimes see for sale by owner properties being hosted, there's also for sale by owner websites. And the question always comes in, and this is what we talk about in the meetings, well, what happened if I see one of those? How am I going to use a real estate agent? In most cases, in fact, I haven't run into one that wasn't able to be negotiated to a point where the agent was able to get some kind of compensation, be it from his client or the person that wants to sell the for sale by owner property. I've never seen it where somebody didn't get what they wanted at the end. It just might be up to the agent to adjust their threshold when it comes to commission. But when you look at it, it always does make sense because we have all the forms, all the documents, we have everything. Plus we have this wonderful thing called errors and omissions insurance, which protects us and also other parts of the process. So there's a lot of different levels of accountability there. That's why it's important to maybe not go it alone. Of course you can call up an escrow company, say, I want to sell my house, take it from there. But in the end of the day, in a very sue happy state, might be better to have somebody that has some kind of an accountability portion built in. So there's that. All right. So now we have 57 properties that have gone pending. I left my glasses in the truck. We have 57 properties pending, 59 properties closed, 4 expired, 15 canceled, 13 have been put on hold, 6 have withdrawn. So we're watching as the inventory is increasing, but we are still replenishing. We're actually selling properties, at about the same rate. So we've been hovering around 800 for about a week. This is the weekend before last is when we saw this break loose, going from 740 listings, 730, toppling 800. We've been holding pretty steady since then. When you're ready, reach out. I have a complete buyer's crash course on real estate I put together, educating you about the market, what's happening. And it's all built around your own parameters, your own what do you want to do in real estate. For you sellers out there, same thing. If you're in my market, great. If you're not, I have a massive referral system. But we will talk about some of the pros and cons of selling in this particular market, whichever market it happens to be. So it is somewhat evergreen. I'm here for you when you're ready. Thank you for visiting Santa Clarita Open Houses. I'm Connor with Honor. That's your real estate update for Saturday, the 19th of July, 2025. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Be well.